Unit 1, Lesson 5 homework asks you to construct an isosceles right triangle. And so we know what an isosceles triangle is. We know that isosceles means it has two congruent sides. And we know right means that there must be a right angle. And today in class you learned how to make perpendicular lines. And so that's what we're going to start with. We're going to start with making a perpendicular line here. In order to be able to do that, we're going to have to extend either through A or through B. Now let me just reread and make sure it doesn't say, yeah, it doesn't say specifically where the right angle should be. So I'm going to make my right angle through A. So I'm just going to choose to extend this line out, and I want it to be a little bit thinner. And so what I mean by that is I'm going to, hold on, sorry. I am simply going to draw a line, and it's hard to do this with that on top of it, but I'm going to use my straight edge to extend AB out past A. And the reason that I do that is because I'm going to next grab my compass, and with my compass, let's see if I can get it. Okay, with my compass, I'm going to start with the point of my compass at A, and I'm going to open this up a little bit so that I can swing an arc. And my arc should intersect this line to the left of A and to the right of A. So here and here. And now I want to be able to basically use those 2 points of intersection. I can open up my compass a little bit past halfway, so I've got to open it up a little bit more. I'm going to rotate a little bit, and you could go all the way to this other point if you want. You don't have to, but you can. And if you do that, you're going to then go ahead and make an arc up here, and then flip-flop it, put your point over at the other point of intersection, and I'm going to rotate this and draw in this arc. And so what I've just done is I've come up with a point up here that should be directly above point A, which means if I go ahead and draw in a segment, let me move this compass out of the way, draw in a segment that connects from here to here, it should be perpendicular to A. Now, I haven't guaranteed that it's congruent, that A and B are congruent to A and this point up here, but I'll check that next. So if I want, I can make that a little bit longer. I'm going to extend it more than I think I need to, because now I'm going to use my compass as a measuring tool, and I'm going to measure the length of AB. And so I'm going to put my point at A, and hold on, I got to swing this around first. All right, so I'm going to go back and put my point at A and my pencil at B so that I have the exact length of AB. And then I'm going to choose a different color here. Let's do purple. I can find point C because I know it has to be somewhere on that black line that I drew, and it was higher than that original point that I drew. I know that C has to be the intersection of that black and purple. So I'm going to go ahead and label that point as C, and then you're going to finish this up by using your straight edge to connect point C over to point B. Now we have just ensured that two things. This is a right angle over at A, and segment AB is congruent to segment AC. When you draw in CB, it should not be congruent to either one of those because it's not equilateral. It is isosceles. Okay?